Alright guys, so I wanted to contribute another local report on the Evols deck. I know that I posted a report about it getting first place, and then I posted another report about it getting second place. So I just wanted to do a video this time. I'm not doing this for the ad revenue or whatever, because it's probably going to get like 30 views at most, but I just want to try something different. So today I went to coretcg's tournament, and maybe you're familiar with coretcg, but they're a pretty big store you can buy cards from online if you don't live in the LA area. So maybe you've heard of it. But I dueled there, and it was 4 rounds, and yeah, after that they do top 8. So I wanted to do the deck report, the local report, and then I'll do the deck list again. Okay, so the first round I played against Gusto deck. And I mean they're Gustos. I mean this is not a meta deck by any means, but Gustos are like way rogue. Like they're not, they're not that great. So I pretty much just made Dolka, attacked. It was a relatively easy win, and I 2-0'd the guy. But the guy was really nice. So then I played in the second round. I played Mermail, which was a little harder. I did make Dolka at the beginning. The first thing I did against the guy was that I set a Westlow, and I set 3 traps, I think. He drew, and he kind of looked at my traps like he was thinking I was playing Hat or something. So I think they gave me an advantage because I had like a face on MST, I had a Lance in hand, so my Westlow was perfectly safe. And I was able to do flip, Diplo, pop a card, Evil Force, Tribute, Diplo, pop a card. He did activate an Abyss Sphere, but I warninged it, and then I just made Dolka from there, and it was downhill for him. And then the second duel, he posed more of a threat because he did get some of his combos off, but I did manage to solo morning whatchamacallit, that guy that searches Genix controller, I can't remember his name right now, but that he summoned that guy, and I warning that before you could use it to kill my monsters. At the end of it all, the way the duel ended was like this. I had a set Westlow, and he had an Abyss Gaios that had negated previously, so it had 1 attachment on it, and he had, I think, like some weak monster. So he attacks into Westlow. Oh, no, he attacks into Westlow with this, and I think I flipped effect Volcano. Volcano summons a monster from the grave, and I had 2 level 4s in Westlow. And then I think he killed one of them. But to make a long story short, actually maybe that might have been wrong, but let's just say that by the time that it was my turn and it was my main phase, I already had 2 level 4s versus his Abyss Guile. So I simply made Dolka, and I happened to have enough to generate another 2 level 4s. I forgot what the cards were though. I'm really bad at remembering this stuff. That's why some of the details in my report are not that great. But I made Honor Arc, and I attempted to steal his Abyss Gaios. But before I even managed to do that, I think he just like tried to negate before I even activated the effect, which I found really weird. So I just simply negated with Dolka and destroyed that guy. So then I just attacked, he set, attacked for game. So I managed 2-0 Mermails, which I was surprised with because I never beat them. So that was unexpected, but what was more unexpected was that I lost my 3rd round against Lightsworn, which is a deck that I usually have a good matchup against. I guess Solda just wrecks them every time. But this time, the guy went nuts in the first game, swarmed the field, and my poor little dinosaurs couldn't fend off against that attack, so I lost the first round. Second round, I tried to generate some plays, but again, he swarmed the field, and I had some traps which stalled him enough to the point where he had like one card left in his deck, and he had that synchro that the Lightsworns use. I forgot what its name was, but he got in a position where if he ended his turn, he would lose. So he tried to make Blaster, even though I had already max seed in this turn. So I went from like 1 card to 5 cards because he was desperately trying to make something so he could exceed into something else, so that his cards wouldn't get milled and he'd lose. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, and he lost. So I beat him in the second round. The third round, we were in time because the first game took so long, and he basically, I set a Westlaw and I think like 1 trap or something, and he did like Solar Recharge or something and made Alucard, and he had a Lila. So the Lila popped my back row, and then he made Alucard, detached, destroyed Westlaw, attacked for 18. I drew. My hand was no Evolzars in the grave. I had Odanto and a Volcano in my hand, and a Jasho and Evo Force. So somehow I needed to make 2,000 damage, or like, you know, something like that, so I could beat him by life points, because it was my last turn, because it was just, you know, 0, 1, 2 was me, and then 3 is his last turn, so he